Look, I'm going to do this in reverse. Normally I would do this little video at the end, but we're reading the book backwards this time because it's more about technology. And I'm going to show you a very quick little video at the beginning of the project. This project is about the site and a beautiful group of trees, which we worked very hard to keep. And we'll talk about it, we'll do a presentation after that. So it's a little video which was from the builder over the construction period. And it's a community building. It's both library and community space. There's a little park here which was in the middle of the town of Korumburra, and we started off by literally saying all the trees have to be kept. And we designed the building around these trees, and we built the building around these trees. Korumburra is a very hilly site. It's very challenging. They picked the top of the hill for the site, so we did a two-level building which had community meeting rooms on the ground floor and library on the upper floor with two levels. But you know, it's really about sort of as best we could touching the ground lightly and utilising with it limited benching on the site itself while maintaining the trees as well. And we'll talk a little bit about how the building responds to both views and aspect. Fully D-Day compliant, again quite a challenge, and then reintroducing native plants back onto the site itself. And you'll sort of see this end result, how it sits here as well. So we'll talk a little bit further as we move into the more formal presentation, but I thought it'd be nice just to show you how the building was built with a great care and about its siting on the building as well. Okay, shall we go to press over if you wouldn't mind. Two constructed builders, by the way, really you see that now. Did a good job. Alrighty, here we go. So this is the community hub at Korumburra, which is in the edges of Melbourne. Can you do that, Whitey?
I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land of the Kulin Nation, and we pay our respects to elders past and present.
So Korumburra, it's a rail town. It originally was the timber was taken from Korumburra into the city. It built a lot of old stuff, but traditionally it was a changing end of the track. And then the train unfortunately has been removed, but it is kind of the next, I guess, step outside the city fringe. A beautiful place, really, a traditional dairy country as well. Okay. So we got a brief to design a building which basically was both a mixture of community and service facilities, historical society, a whole group who were into this little hub itself. So the site there is the blue circle, the orange one is the main street of Korumburra, and the train station is in the red circle. So it's at this sort of crossroads, and we worked very hard to position the building which maintained the trees, as well as this ability through that red dotted line to connect the council just bought that building back to the main street itself. So, you know, it really was about kind of working around to create a little hub which, you know, consolidate a whole lot of uses into the one building, did all the right things environmentally, and created totally equitable access. We had to get the Elderly Citizens Club were in there, and they were one of the ones that were very careful about, you know, parking and access as well as maintaining all of the existing trees and enhancing that environment. So here's a little design form. And views, we also wanted to connect both across the heritage city itself, but also to reconnect with its surrounding beautiful kind of rolling hills of dairy. So you can sort of see right from the word go, we had this dilemma of two levels and this ability to we thought we're going to kind of work around these trees, we'll work the site that way, which we did. So it created this sort of idea of the sort of two levels of entry and also orientating the building in two ways. Here it is during construction. Again, double glazing systems throughout, careful selection of where glazing went, reconnection through the site itself, keep going. And sort of seat insulation, etc., how that all worked. Double glazing, again, the idea of utilising clever glass throughout as well. And bricks that are connecting vertically, again, a very comfortable stair to minimise use of the lift if you can. And you can sort of see how this building sort of just really kind of enjoys its site and its aspect as well. You can sort of see it here as it's sort of literally just opened. You know, it's a beautiful site. It's something that just peeks its little nose over when you come over the hill to sort of see this new building. See here. timber lining internally. It's a tree itself. That's the community hall on the ground floor and the library on the upper floor. Very difficult site to work with. You can imagine, also done in COVID times, part of it. Local government, lots of user groups, lots of consultation. Keep going. Natural light, here we go, that's the library itself. So delightful space to be in. It's incredibly popular for a little town. The ability to move from one space to the other. Again, utilising local timbers where we could. Natural light where we could. All electric. Connecting void. And here's the Heritage Society, which are also in there as well. The opening ceremony. And you can sort of, this gives you an idea of the hill. It's really quite a topographically challenged site, for want of a better word, but we sort of managed to sort of sit it on the top of the hill and still make it work. Outdoor spaces, libraries 24 hours so people can use it with a key if they wish to drop books off, kids area, and that's sort of the site. And, you can sort of see the ground floor there, the community hall, kitchens, and then the upper floor. Let's see it here as well. There we go. So it's, again, really a fairly simple community building in a regional town, but again, designing around site, around sustainable approaches to design, and again, much embraced by a group of disparate users.